Hi, my name is Rhythm Borua. I am representing my team, which includes Ashish Shehrawat and Abhishek Kumar, along with me, for the Term 1 Data Visualization project. We intend to explore some questions such as why there is so much disparity in education class/system amongst several Indian states. We will try to find out various factors which could be contributing to this aforementioned disparities such as infrastructure challenges, social aspect, gender bias, etc. Also, we would briefly touch upon the education plight of minorities and finally give some takeaways which could prove to be valuable. And by improving those areas, we might be able to level out the gap and raise the education standard throughout the country. So, let's begin. As shown in the map are the various literacy rates for male, female, and overall population. Also, by hovering over any state, we can get that information from the tooltip, such as percentage of SC and ST population to the whole. It is evident that Kerala is the most literate state in India, and Chhattisgarh is the least, and all the other states lie within these extremities. Also, adjacent to the figures gives the graph for the comparison of the total number of government and private schools and their respective enrollments over the years. The common trait among these trends highlight the increase in the enrollment in the private school. Below this graph, we have the percentage of schools having various amenities such as roads, electricity, computer, water, and SMC. Since primary education is of utmost importance, the fourth graph displays the rate of change of enrollment of minorities over the years. An interesting find is that upper primary changes are more prominent compared to the lower primary. We will delve deep on this topic in the coming slides. Well, moving on. As discussed previously, Kerala has majority of enrollments only in the private school, indicating higher teaching standards. Also, the amenities are distributed equally across all the schools. On the other hand, the least educated state, that is Chhattisgarh, has very less percentage of private schools, as shown in the graph, and the amenities are unevenly distributed among different schools. Notice the negligible fraction of computer-enabled schools. Moving on to analytical storyline. Upon a detailed analysis, it was found that there is a strong negative correlation between the overall literacy and literacy gap between genders, as shown in the figure. Also, highly qualified teachers are meager in numbers, and majority of teachers are either higher secondary or graduate. The number of teachers in private schools are on a rise, as shown. We will discuss about the third graph in subsequent slides. Drilling down to the two most and least literate states, key infrastructure impacting enrollments are different in the two mentioned groups. In the top two literate states, we can see highest correlation of enrollment with electricity and computer. Also, employed teacher workforce show a decreasing trend for undergraduate level. Whereas on the other hand, the least literate state have a correlation with textbook and uniform. And the workforce, undergraduate workforce seem to be constant. Now let's analyze the social facets impact on education. As seen from the graph, SC/ST enrollment has remained pretty much constant throughout the years, whereas in 2010 there has been a significant bump in the Muslim enrollment, indicating that Muslims are joining the mainstream education, which is a good thing. The second graph corroborates this fact. It shows a declining trend in the enrollment in madrasas and other unrecognized schools. Also, the third graph shows a decreasing trend in the primary and upper primary enrollment ratio, which is ideal because it indicates that people completing primary education are following up with the upper primary education. And finally, the box plot shows the distribution of differently abled people across different states. Upon a closer look, it seems that Arunachal Pradesh, Lakshadweep, and Mizoram are laying consistent effort on the education of the differently abled, whereas states such as Haryana, Daman and Diu, and UP should pull up their socks and follow their footsteps. To wrap up things, and apart from the previously mentioned points, the major takeaways from this project are: firstly, decrease the gender gap in literacy in order to increase the overall literacy. Secondly, equip more and more schools with electricity and computers for driving enrollment number up. Thirdly, higher qualified teachers should be employed, and less qualified teachers should be encouraged to go for higher education. And lastly, dropout rates of minorities has decreased, which should be commended and should be emulated across all minority sections. Thank you.